The Wooden Horse. A long, long time ago, there was a city named Troy. The city was very rich and had great treasures inside its huge walls. Hearing the stories about the wealth that existed in Troy, the Greek king decided to take his army there to steal their gold. Hundreds of warships with thousands of Greek soldiers sailed to Troy to try to conquer the city, but the Trojans, spotting the invasion, locked themselves into their huge fortress, and no matter what the Greeks tried to do, they could not get in. The Greeks tried everything for years, but it was just impossible to break in. The Greek king was getting furious. Suddenly, one morning and without notice, the Greek army had just disappeared. No Greek soldier was to be seen. The Trojan king decided to send some soldiers to check if the Greek army had indeed retreated in defeat. The Trojans looked and looked, but no Greek was to be found. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a huge wooden horse. The Trojans all gathered up at the beach, contemplating the horse. "This is an offer from the Greeks," a Trojan said, "to honor us for our victory. Let's take it to our city so we can forever remember the day we defeated the Greeks." "We shouldn't want anything from the Greeks," an old man said. "My advice is that we burn this wooden horse." The king thought and thought, and eventually decided to take the horse inside the walls of Troy. The peace had returned to Troy, and everyone returned to their normal lives. After a couple of days, there was a party, and every Trojan went to the forest to celebrate. Suddenly, when everyone was away, a little door in the wooden horse was opened, and hundreds of Greek soldiers who were hidden inside got out of the horse and stole all the gold of Troy, quickly escaping. When the Trojans returned, they were surprised to see how they were tricked by the Greeks. They learned the lesson that sometimes what appears to be a gift can be a trap instead. The end.
Hi everybody, I have a quick question for you. What do you think about your spoken English? Do you think your English is bad? A lot of people who want to speak English think this way, because when they speak, they have trouble coming up with words, they make a lot of mistakes, and their sentence structures is just wrong. And they believe that they're just bad at speaking English, and there's nothing they can do about it. Now, if you're one of those people, if you think that there's no way for you to improve your English, then I have something to tell you. You are wrong. You are just plain wrong. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Now, I want you to think about experts and top performers in any field. Think about world-class athletes like Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan. Now, here's my question for you. How good do you think they were in the beginning? Do you think they were excellent right from the start? No, of course not. They were terrible in the beginning. Tiger Woods was bad at golf when he began. Michael Jordan was bad at basketball when he began. The bottom line is this. When you start out something new, you are going to suck, really suck. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to look stupid. And the only way to get better is to keep doing it. And you will get better over time. This is the truth, and it applies to everybody. But here's the most important question. If everybody sucks in the beginning, then what separates successful people from unsuccessful people? How is it possible that there can be English learners who are similar to each other? I mean, they have the same level of intelligence, they have the same resources, but some of them manage to become good at spoken English while others cannot speak English at all. What's the difference? The answer is one word: action. Successful people suck in the beginning, just like anybody else, but they keep taking action, they keep learning, they keep practicing, because they know that even though they're not good at speaking today, they are going to get better if they keep learning, if they keep practicing. So they take massive action. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, don't take action very much. They try to speak English a little bit, they try to practice a little bit, but they quit very quickly. I mean, they start speaking and they start having trouble. They start making mistakes. And then they say, oh, English is just not for me. It's too difficult. Oh, I'm just not good at language. And then they quit. They just give up immediately. So here's my challenge to you. After you watch this video, I want you to talk about anything in English. And you just do it by yourself. You don't need to find someone to do it with you. You can talk about anything you want. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about what happened yesterday. Or maybe you can talk about what you've learned from this video. It doesn't matter what you talk about. What matters is that you take action. And when you do that, I want you to keep two things in mind. Number one, you are going to suck. Just keep in mind that you are going to make mistakes. You are going to say something confusing. Or maybe you won't be able to speak at all. But be okay with that. That's normal. Everybody has to go through that. I mean, this is my first YouTube video. And as you can see, my drawing sucks. It's terrible. But I'm okay with that. I accept it. And you should be okay with your speaking as well. The second thing I want you to keep in mind is to keep taking action. Just keep learning. Just keep practicing. Because it doesn't matter if you suck today. The present does not equal the future. Just because you're bad at speaking now doesn't mean that you will always be bad at speaking. If you keep taking action, I guarantee that you will improve. You will get better. I mean, the same is true for my drawing. It sucks today, but if I keep drawing, if I keep practicing, I'm going to get better. Okay, so that's my challenge to you. And we've come to the end of this video. Now, one last thing. If you want to receive free training videos on how to improve your spoken English, then click the link in the description below to go to influent.com and subscribe to my newsletter. I'll be releasing exclusive training videos on how to improve your spoken English soon, and you don't want to miss that. So go to influent.com, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.